am who I'm meant to be. I am who I'm meant to be. Over and out.
Hey guys, I know a lot of you know where we've been. Following along with us on Instagram, Tiffany has been very, very, very open with you guys all the way through our really rough week. Losing Romeo, who not only was a huge part of our family, but he was our first baby. We miss him so much, and we feel like we owe it to you guys to kind of bring you along with everything that went on since we did drop off with vlogging. But we also owe it to ourselves as a big part of our life to continue to document and to remember, because all we've done this past week is look back at everything Romeo related and cherish all the time that we had with them. But if we go back to, I think it was Monday of this week, we were daily vlogging through this crazy time in our life, and Romeo had not been feeling well for maybe 3 or 4 days leading up to that. He was still eating a little bit, he was still drinking and still going outside to go to the bathroom and everything, but we could just tell by his behavior that he was off. So we called in to the vet, and they prescribed 2 different medications. Don't remember what those medications were, but they were just kind of supposed to help. He has a history of pancreatitis, just a uneasy belly all the time, so him vomiting or throwing up wasn't like terribly uncommon for him, and he wasn't doing it any
pancreatitis, by the
more
way.
than usual. No, I'm saying what?
It wasn't pancreatitis.
What was it?
I can't
That
think
he
of the
that he
word.
had in the
Yeah,
past?
but it's not pancreatitis.
Oh. Well, he had a history of
Stomach issues.
Um,
We couldn't even go in the car when he was a puppy. Remember, he had to have motion sickness medicine.
yeah.
I can't
After
remember.
3 days of giving him the medication, they told us that if he wasn't better to bring him in. And
We
although
thought
he
was
had
better.
he had eaten and he had stopped vomiting, we still decided, we really just wanted to have him seen because he just wasn't our Romeo. We could tell he just wasn't our Romeo at the time. So I was still vlogging this day and brought him to our primary vet to basically, in my mind, be told that, he had the same stomach issue. Let's try this or that, and he'll be better in a day or two. He's worrying me. My heart's in my throat right now. He's so skinny. I hate that I can feel like every rib on his body. But let's go see what the vet has to say. There's quite a few people in here, so that's also not making me feel great right now. So the news that I got from our vet was not the news that I was expecting at all. He immediately grabbed his belly and said he's got a good sized tumor in here, and I don't think it's gonna be good. And he took him back and x-rayed him and confirmed that there was a large tumor and that he didn't believe for it to be operable, that it was already, too close to his kidney and just wasn't going to be good for him. But when I brought him home, he was, still very much like a lot of
Following me everywhere.
his actions were still a lot the same. He just wasn't eating. He even barked at somebody. We were so happy to hear him bark at somebody, but he just, again, wasn't himself. He wasn't eating. He was slowing down a ton. He's usually the most energetic, high energied and very strong personality dog, and he kind of was starting to lose that, so it worried us a lot.
So Chris called me and said it's not good. He was crying. I've never seen him cry the whole time we've been together. And I just instantly started shaking and feeling like I was going to throw up. And then I went into denial, like, no, this isn't happening. He was fine. This is too fast. He's only 9. We have 6 more years together because for some reason 15 was the magic number in my head. I was going to have him till he was 15. He was going to be here when I brought our next baby home. Because he's been here for me through everything. We got him when we got our first apartment together, like the next month we got him. He's been there with me through getting accepted into nursing school, having our first baby, getting married, getting engaged, like just every child, every kind of mental health issue I've been through, like anything. He's there for me. He's on me constantly. Anytime I sit down, he jumps onto my lap. When I'm sleeping, he's on my pillow. And I'm in the bathroom, and I'm in the bath, he's laying next to the bathtub. And I couldn't imagine my life without him. So, we called another vet to get a second opinion. And we even called a holistic vet because I needed to do whatever I could to save him. And then Chris took him to get a second opinion the next day.
You know, he's following us around. He's still drinking. He's tired. He sleeps a lot, but he's aware, right, Romeo? I mean, he's still our Romeo. He went and kind of barked at somebody earlier, which was nice. Just like to see the fight in him a little bit. He doesn't totally given up, but praying that we get some hope out of this. I love you, baby.
And because of everything that's going on in the world, he couldn't even go in with him. They came and got Romeo from the car and did their assessment basically on the phone. And the kids kept FaceTiming Chris the whole time he was waiting in the car for him. So the vet came out to talk to him.
Which I don't think she was supposed to do. Like, you know, they had a drop-off procedure for a reason. But being it was as bad as it was, and that she's as humane and great of a person as she was, she just wanted to talk to me face to face and tell me.
She came out and told me it's not good. I love you so much, baby.
She did not believe that he had much time left, and that she wouldn't recommend surgery. She said that if it were free, she wouldn't do it. If it were her dog, she wouldn't do it. If it were, you know, no matter what the circumstances were, it wouldn't be. She said he was
anemic and bleeding internally somewhere.
Even though he didn't look like he was in pain. If you just looked at him, like, he just looked like he just wanted us. And I think that...
What did she say something about, like, of all the years that she's been a vet, and she's been a vet for 25 years, that it's some type of sarcoma, some type of cancer.
Yeah, so what she said, you know, she believed it was a really aggressive, bad cancer that happens really quick, like, you know, fine one day and then the next couple of days they're just not. But in her 25 years, she said that maybe twice she had been fooled, and that it was a, you know, a non-cancerous tumor. But she said she just really, really does not believe that this was one of those circumstances, and to put him through any additional treatments or operations or anything like that would just be totally unfair to him.
So she basically told us, you know, best thing to do would be to put him to sleep. And the day before said the humane thing to do would be to put him to sleep. And in my perfect world, not only was he going to be 15, he was going to die happy in his sleep in our bed together. So then I was faced with a choice because, you know, I am pregnant. Like, I shouldn't really be going out with the virus and everything, and I couldn't imagine not being there when he passed. And I didn't want him to be scared. He doesn't like going to the vet. He hates the vet. And thank God for all of you guys that suggested lap of love. I made an appointment with them. They came to our house the next day because I didn't want him to suffer anymore. If he was eating, maybe I would have postponed it, but I knew he was in pain and we don't want him to be in pain. And that night, the night waiting up to the day he was going to be put down, I woke up. Ever since I got the news, I just couldn't stop holding him because I wanted every second with him that I could have. I woke up to check on him in the middle of the night and he wasn't in our bed. And so I immediately got up and was scared looking for him. And he was sitting on top of all of these blankets in my little thing that I hold my blankets in. And that wasn't like him, but he was just trying to find anywhere to be comfortable. And earlier that day we found him in the closet in his dog bed, which he hasn't done in so long. He's uncomfortable and he's showing us. And then the second time I woke up and I couldn't find him, he was in the laundry basket, which at the time it broke my heart that he was trying to find comfort, but at the same time made me feel like when he was a puppy, he used to do that all the time. It was just bittersweet. And we knew we were making the right decision. So the next day, the day that he passed away, we had to make the choice to bring the kids to his mom's house, which we've been completely isolated from anybody for at least 3 weeks now. So it was a choice we had to make just because I couldn't have the kids here when that was going on, and I needed peace for us. And they came here after we dropped the kids off at his parents' house, and we let Romeo say bye to them and his parents' dog that he really liked. And he wasn't even excited to see them or like anything, which is not like him. Like, he freaks out going to see them. He knows he loves them.
He was holding on. He was really doing his best
For us.
to hold on and let us say bye to him in the way that we really wanted to. It was the hardest thing that we've had to do together ever. So it's 9:30 and we're just waiting on a person from Lap of Love to arrive and just trying to soak up as much time, and we looked at some old videos of Romeo and we're just enjoying the last of him, and it'll never be the last of him. We love him so much and it'll never be forgotten. We just need to let him end his suffering and his pain. And
We love you so much, Romeo, and thank you for the best 9 years of our life. I wouldn't be here without you.
he seriously taught us how to be a family.
So they came to our house, and again, I'm just so happy that we had this option and the means to do it, because they came to our house and he was lying on my lap like he always did. He didn't even bark at them when they came in. And that is not like Romeo. He barks at everyone and everything. I think he just knew. And they gave him a shot to numb his body. And when they numbed him, I felt him like just feel like relaxed, and I know he was in pain before that. And they gave it a little bit to set in. And then they gave him the injection to put him down. And for the injection to put him down, I had him with his head on my chest listening to my heartbeat, and I just kept kissing his head and telling him, "You're such a good boy. Like, thank you for 9 years. I love you. I'm so grateful for you." I kept talking to him because I didn't want him to be scared. And he was so relaxed.
He was.
He still looks like a puppy to me.
He was so at peace. Like, you know, the
Sorry,
time
Brooke.
leading up. Rookie's here, by the way. The time leading up to it, And even all the way through it, he was just so at peace. He just knew it was his time, and it was a good way to say goodbye to him, although it was way too soon.
My best dog.
The kids, you know, I don't know how much they fully understand, but Carter has been talking about Romeo being in the sky, and they say they miss him, and Carter's been just randomly talking about him. He gave Tiff a bunch of kisses before bed and said those are from Romeo. You know, so I think that they're feeling it, they understand it,
So is Rookie.
it's not easy. Rookie as well, he misses his buddy. We try to talk to them, including Rookie, about all of it, and just let them.
Rookie was here when they did the injection when Romeo passed away, because he said that that would be good for him to get closure. And we had to let him outside because he was getting mad at the guy coming near Romeo, so we let him outside, and then after Romeo passed away, we let him come in, and he jumped up, and I'll never forget his face. He like went to go smell him, and his face was like went from like smelling him to looking upright like this, and like looking at me like, what is going on, Mom? And then after the guy was done cleaning up, I had to put Romeo in a basket with blankets and then open the door for him to leave. And just knowing that was my last time seeing him, it's just incredible. Like, all of it was the most painful thing I've ever been through. He was like my first child. He taught me how to be a mom. He was very much my therapy dog, and he was always there for me, and our bond, I just can't explain it, but like a huge piece of my heart is missing, and I feel a piece of my soul is missing, and I haven't stopped crying literally since we got the news from the first vet. I woke up this morning and you could barely recognize me because my eyes were so swollen. Now I just do anything to get him back. I wish that there was something I could have done to know sooner, or just something. And I'm having a really hard time. But I'm talking to a therapist, and I'm trying to get better as fast as I can to be there for my kids and the baby growing in me. And just hug your dogs and love your dogs. Because seriously, he was fine and then he wasn't. I just miss him so much. And I'm at the part in my grief that I'm just like, how do I move on? Like, how do I get back to normal? Because he was such a big part of my daily life and my routine and everything about me. I literally couldn't be sitting on this bed right now without him being on me. We have a lot of good memories to remember and good times. But right now it's still just really, really hard. I do just want to talk about a couple of things that like made him so special, or just funny memories or something. Like, I want to put a positive twist back on it because I know that he would want that. And I almost feel bad like giving you guys this news because the world is just so different right now. And we need more positive things. What is one of your favorite memories of Romeo?
I mean, it spoke a lot to his personality, but when we lived in a condo, there was a crazy dog lady that walked around with literally, I think, like 8 St. Bernards. I don't even know how she lived in a condo with 8 St. Bernards and a bulldog. And one day the bulldog ran up to us. He was always off leash. And Romeo was literally ready to take on 8 St. Bernards and a bulldog to protect mainly Tiffany. But, like, he seriously was like, don't even try it. Like, that was the type of dog he was. He would take down anybody to protect us. He also, when we would take him out, would always just do something ridiculous. And we took him to Rita's one time, and they got him like a little scoop of something like vanilla ice cream and then a water cup, and we put the water cup down for him to drink, and he walked over and peed in it like it was a toilet bowl.
Literally in a little
Like,
Rita's cup.
right into it.
When we had our first apartment in Quakertown, I always put shirts and sweaters on him because I was afraid he would be cold. He was really little still. When we got him, he was like this big.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris was taking him for a walk, and a truck just pulled alongside of you.
2 guys. Yep. Didn't say anything. They just kind of stopped, shook their head at me, and then drove off.
One of my
Don't be
favorite
judgmental.
One of my
Everyone
favorite
will be
memories
cold.
was when we took him to the Poconos and we were swimming in the pool
Mm.
at like a picnic, and you know, I had other family members there that he knew and that he was comfortable with. Where you going, baby? And he had never went swimming before, and he hopped right in that built-in pool and swam like a champ to get to me.
Because we were in the pool. Yeah.
He had never swam before.
We've been talking nonstop about like all the different memories of Romeo, and like there's just been so many of them.
There's
But
so many really cute clips when he was a puppy. I'll never forget when he got fixed. Chris brought him in through the front door and stood him on the ground, and he looked at me and just passed out onto his side. Remember that? He was the best. He was so nutty. He never wanted anybody to leave, so he would bark when, even sometimes you were brushing your teeth, because he knew we'd brush our teeth before we leave the house. And he would get mad. But he was also the sweetest dog ever. I can't even like tell you how much he's helped me in my life and how much he's got me through. He was my like constant that I always had. Like if Chris was at work, he was always here with me, learning how to be a mom, and you know, just all of it. And some people might think we're crazy because it's a dog and not a person, but he was very much a person to me, and like one of my own kids. So that is why it is so painful. I don't know if I'll ever feel the way I used to. I'm kind of in this spot where I'm just like, gosh, like I miss our old life, just having him here, not being in quarantine. It's like the daily life.
you will. He's still very much a part of our heart and soul.
This
And
is a blankie from when we first got him, and that's pretty much all I have. I just hug it when I'm sad. And as sad and depressing as it sounds, like I always would like smell him like on my pillow and stuff, and like I kind of loved it because it was like his smell. And since he's gone, I can't find his smell anywhere, and I wish that I could. So if you have to put your dog down, one thing I would suggest is like having them sleep with something, or like have something near them that you can get their scent on, because you're gonna miss it. And again, like I don't want to apologize for being sad, because these are my feelings and they're valid, but I wish that we were coming at you with like something bright in this time of darkness that we're all going through right now.
we will. We'll be back with vlogs, and we're gonna be back to being silly, and we're gonna be back to being productive and getting it all done. And it's this is just what we had to go through, and we wish this for nobody else. And, you know.
I just can't stop thinking that he should be here. I also just want to thank you to everybody who's reached out, everyone who sent us flowers and just a message or shared your story. I think the most comforting thing to me right now is when people share their stories about how they know how I feel, and how much pain they were in, and that it will be okay one day.
You guys have been so incredible, because as much as I try to be the rock for her, it's been really hard for me as well. And you know, the kids can't just have, you know, us be absent. We can't get it. We don't have a babysitter or you know, a second to just be down. So it's been really, really challenging, and I'm so grateful to have you guys offer her to, you know, hear positive things from, and to keep giving positive vibes to, because it's just a lot right now. But
A piece of our heart is missing.
that's where we've been, guys, and thank you all for sweet comments in advance, and we'll be back with a vlog soon, and make sure you check out Tiffany's channel for all that cleaning motivation.
Are you trying to tell me to go clean the house? It needs it pretty bad.
Thanks, guys.